All right, set one is done. Now, the question that 90% of us get wrong.
I look at my phone timer, and I wait.
But for how long?
Do I wait 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90?
The guy in the rack next to me is already on his next set, but the biggest guy in the gym has been sitting down for what looks like 5 minutes.
I bet you felt this exact confusion.
You've probably heard the rules before. Rest 30-60 seconds for hypertrophy and the pump. Rest 3 to 5 minutes for strength. But what if you want both? What if I told you that the advice to rest 60 seconds might be the single biggest reason your muscle growth is stalled?
For years, we've been taught to chase the pump, that the burn, the metabolic stress, is the signal for growth.
But the science tells a very, very different story.
Today, we are ending the confusion.
We are looking at the hard data to answer once and for all, how long should you actually rest between sets for maximum muscle growth?
So let's talk about the common mistake. It's the 60-second rest period. Why is this so popular?
Because it feels productive.
Your heart is pounding. Your muscles are screaming. You get that incredible tight feeling we all know and love, the pump.
We've been taught to associate this feeling, this metabolic stress, with muscle growth. The bro science logic is that this buildup of metabolic byproducts like lactate and hydrogen ions signals the muscle to swell and therefore to grow. And look, metabolic stress is one of the 3 potential mechanisms for hypertrophy. But it's the least important one.
It's a small side dish. The main course, the single most important driver of muscle growth, is mechanical tension. Mechanical tension is simply the force your muscles have to generate to lift a challenging weight through a full range of motion.
To grow, your muscles must be exposed to more tension over time.
This is called progressive overload.
And here is the critical conflict. The very thing you are doing to chase the pump, short rests, is sabotaging your ability to create mechanical tension. When you rest for only 60 seconds, you go into your next set fatigued. What happens?
You can't lift as heavy.
Or you can't get as many reps. You think you're working hard, but you're just training fatigue.
You're not training your muscles at their maximum capacity. To understand why this happens, we need a quick 60-second science lesson on your body's energy system.
For heavy, explosive lifts, the kind that build muscle, your body uses an immediate high-power fuel source called the ATP-PC system, or adenosine triphosphate phosphocreatine.
Think of it as a tiny, high-octane jet fuel tank. It gives you intense power for about 10-15 seconds. But after one hard set of, say, 8 reps, that tank is almost completely empty.
So the big question is, how long does it take to refuel that tank?
This is the piece of information that changes everything. Scientific literature shows that after 1 minute, your ATP-PC system is only about 70 to 75% recovered.
It takes 3 to 5 minutes for that system to fully regenerate.
What does this mean in the gym? If you rest 1 minute, you are starting your next set with a fuel tank that's 25% empty. You might get 8 reps on set 1, but you'll only get 6 reps on set 2, and maybe 4 reps on set 3. But if you rest 3 minutes, you start set 2 with a 100% full tank.
You can get 8 reps again.
And maybe even 8 reps on set 3. Which scenario builds more muscle? The one with more total volume. But you don't have to take my word for it. Let's look at the landmark study that settled this debate. In 2016, Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, one of the world's leading researchers on hypertrophy, and his team conducted a study. They took 2 groups of trained young men and had them do the exact same 3-day-per-week full-body workout program for 8 weeks. There was only one difference. Group 1 rested 1 minute between all sets and exercises. Group 2 rested 3 minutes between all sets and exercises. The 1-minute group got a way better pump and finished their workouts faster. The 3-minute group spent more time resting. So, who built more muscle? The 3-minute rest group. It wasn't even close. The 3-minute group saw significantly greater increases in muscle size in both their biceps and quads. They also gained significantly more strength on both the bench press and the squat. The conclusion is undeniable. Longer rest periods lead to greater muscle growth and strength. Okay, the science is clear. Longer rests are better. So, does that mean you should now rest 5 minutes between your bicep curls? No. This is where we stop being dogmatic and start being strategic. The real answer to how long to rest is it depends on the exercise. Here is your first rule. For big, heavy, multi-joint compound lifts, rest longer. I'm talking about your squats, your deadlifts, your bench press, overhead press, and your barbell rows. These exercises are systemically and neurologically exhausting. They use the most muscle mass and require the most from your ATP-PC system. On these lifts, you must rest 3 to 5 minutes, period. Don't rush these. If you're doing a heavy set of 5x5 squats, resting only 60 seconds is pointless. You're not building strength, you're just doing bad cardio. Respect the lift. Respect your energy systems and take the 3 to 5 minutes you need to give 100% on the next set. Now, here is your second rule. For smaller, single-joint isolation lifts, you can rest shorter. This is for your bicep curls, tricep pushdowns, leg extensions, lateral raises, and calf raises. These movements are far less taxing on your body. They recover faster. For these movements, resting 90 seconds to 2 minutes is often the sweet spot. Why? Because 1, you'll be mostly recovered, and 2, this is where that metabolic stress we talked about can provide a small additional benefit. You can get a great pump while still using a challenging weight for high reps. So, you get the best of both worlds: high mechanical tension from using heavy weight and a little bit of metabolic stress from the shorter rests. So, let's summarize your new science-backed rest strategy. Compound lifts, squat, bench, deadlift, etc. Rest 3-5 minutes. Prioritize performance and full recovery. Isolation lifts, curls, extensions, etc. Rest 90 to 120 seconds. Balance recovery with metabolic stress. The real rule? The clock is just a guideline. The real goal is to rest just long enough that you feel mentally and physically ready to hit your next set with maximum intensity. I know what some of you are thinking. Quevo, 3-minute rests? My workout is going to take 2 hours. I get it. We are all busy. We want to be efficient.